don't know too much about the restaurant business.
This is our life savings we're putting into this thing. Our money's in their hands, and all we're seeing is destruction, not construction.
You told me this fridge was 60 inches.
So just
I
go ahead.
built
Now
it.
you're going to go ahead and build it? Just because you don't have specs? Just checking it out.
On and off the ice, hockey players live for the thrill of the game, the roar of the crowds, and the money, of course. So when it's all over, they've got a big problem.
I mean, being retired, kind of sucks.
You're used to that kind of adulation of the fans and people coming up to you.
I like playing, and I like being around the boys. It's just a different atmosphere.
Mark West and Mark Juris, just call them the Marks, lived the Canadian dream. They grew up playing hockey and played pro in Europe. It was great until they retired.
You know what? We're done hockey now.
Ketchup on a fillet, can't beat it, baby. Better than any other sauce.
Then Mark Juris had an idea.
I knew there was a need for a steakhouse in Burlington, and I knew downtown Burlington was booming.
Burlington, Ontario, where the Marks grew up, got married, and had kids. It's an upscale suburb of Toronto where some roadhouse chains have their head offices, not actually a hub for fine dining. Nevertheless, Mark Juris had no problem convincing his buddy to bring his enthusiasm and his checkbook.
I feel it's a good fit. I don't know too much about the restaurant business, but I'll learn.
The Coronation was Burlington's notorious watering hole for years. Sure, it was broken down and old, but the Marks found Wendy and Michael Duff, a local design and build team, who thought it was great. They were only too pleased to show the boys the way.
It's definitely a team endeavor. It's the four of us working together and overcoming adversity together.
Here's the deal they struck. The Marks would give Wendy and Michael all their money up front, $300,000 under one condition. They have to be open by June 1st.
We need to be open for the Sound of Music Festival because that's a $100,000 weekend. You know, with the nice weather, the downtown is just packed. And we can't afford not to be open. Good movement there, buddy.
Wendy won the Marks over with her plans. Her concept includes lots of stone, lots of dark wood, a roaring fireplace, and a unique centerpiece to the dining experience.
We're doing an 8-foot aquarium as a back piece to the bar. We're taking all of the hot colors out of the aquarium through the coral and the fish and splashing them throughout the whole lower level.
Wendy wants Landmark to have an upscale edge. The boys only know they want steak.
Perfect.
We're still arguing, do we put something like a chicken fingers on there? Does that take away from the upper scale steakhouse? Or, so we're still tossing that back and forth?
So this area here is going to dramatically change in the next few hours because this is going to be the new staircase coming up.
5 weeks till opening, and Wendy's already behind schedule. The Marks are anxious, and they're on site more and more. They're seeing every little problem. Today, the staircase doesn't fit.
I just don't want to disappoint them, and them not going through the construction process before is very stressful for anyone. And so our relationship is evolving.
But the building is a wreck.
The steel beam that we need to run down to the sill, there is no sill. It's actually the middle of the doorway downstairs in the basement.
Well, how did the engineer miss that? Just curious.
It's just an engineer.
Everywhere they turn, there's another surprise. $3,000 to fix this, $5,000 for that. Now a beam is shot, meaning the floor needs reinforcing to support the aquarium. The Marks have told Wendy there's no extra money and no extra time.
We had a structural engineer. He came, he assessed the problem, he did the drawings, he stamped the drawings, we put them in for permit, everything was approved, and they're all wrong.
It's going to cost a lot more to get a new engineer at this point.
If they do what they say they're going to do and have people working there every day and at nighttime and double shifts, okay, so this is what I've heard, so if it happens, 4 weeks.
Well, this is our life savings we're putting into this thing, and We need to get it up and running.
Opening night is still supposed to be 4 weeks away.
You don't want to get into an argument.
No, I don't, because I have a lot of issues too.
Last week, Burlington's Sound of Music Festival came and went, and so did Landmark's promised opening night. They're weeks behind schedule. The Marks aren't actually sure what's causing the delays, but they're blaming Wendy.
We just heard, oh, it's coming tomorrow. Don't worry, it's coming tomorrow.
And, you know, every day I'm going, there's nobody here. Oh, tomorrow. You know, every day I kept hearing tomorrow. I just felt like, you know, shooting her.
They're paying rent now and losing money every day. Originally, they were happy to leave it all to Wendy. Now they're stepping on her toes.
The boys have a lot of friends who want to help out and that sort of thing, but it gets to be inefficient.
The Marks went over Wendy's head to bring in an electrician they know. It's not going well.
I thought I told you 4 down each side.
No, is that what you want?
Okay, well, where's Mark? Where's Mark, your electrician? And where are the drawings that he has from yesterday?
Mark! Mark!
I'm never doing jobs where you don't have full control ever.
We've got to have that restaurant open. Whether we've got to grab a hammer and nail ourselves and get in there and frickin' start hammering, we got to do it.
At this point, they are so behind, they have absolutely no idea when they'll be open. But they know they don't have a chef, and they need one.
Okay, we're looking for minimum 5 years experience. 5 years, spell that. Got to have, like, the meat. What do you ask for?
Specializing in,
Yeah, well,
I don't know,
beef.
I think we have to find somebody that fits in here too, you know, like fits
Oh,
in
yeah,
with
with
us.
our-
I mean, we don't want to have some old grumpy guy.
Some grumpy old guy that doesn't get any of our humor. He looks at it, that was not funny.
Down at the site, nobody's laughing.
So we can't do it. The doors are 34 inches wide each, and he only made the opening 64 inches.
Wendy's having a bad day. Her phone is clucking off the hook with bad news.
That's very good.
Aquarium is stuck at the border.
Mark Juris is in no mood. His knees are bugging him and the budget's out of control. This week, $42,000 just to fireproof the place.
No, we received the front doors.
Yeah, they'll be nice. And we'll match the stain.
Yeah, yeah. The problem
look
is
nice.
that
It's gonna-
they made the frame the wrong size.
Great, excellent.
Yeah. And basically, we've run into another little snag here in the kitchen, and it basically comes back to people not reading the drawings. We're having some discussion about the fireplace, but the fireplace will probably now be on the other side of the wine display.
These are major problems. Wendy's quick to say it's somebody else's fault. Mark thinks she sold him a bill of goods.
Our money's in their hands, and all we're seeing is some destruction, not construction.
Something's going wrong here because there's nothing happening.
Do you also have the specs on the ice machine that I've been asking for 3 months?
We don't have that, no. Here it is right here. Now, you don't, that's just sitting, that's in the back, right?
I need to know the room. We're doing the cabinetry. We're doing the servery.
Cabinetry? There's only stainless steel tables, right?
No, there's a servery being built.
Okay.
So
I'll get it
that
for
Marty doesn't know. He says
No,
you
I'll
said
get
you're
it.
getting
I have 2 options. I'm trying to get the cheapest one.
Because I've been needing that for a couple of months too.
When the frustrations begin in communication or whatever, the whole process can break down. It's not a good thing.
In any renovation, the stress starts to build, and I think we're at that point now. Mark, I told you, you want this restaurant open a particular time. That was one of
June
the
1st.
issues that I said.
All right.
Pardon me? Pardon me?
You don't want to get into an argument. but-
No, I don't, because I have a lot of issues too. But not being given information when millwork is being built. Even that fridge, you told me was a 60-inch fridge.
You know what? We have a lot of issues as well.
You know what? Then why don't you bring them up to me in private? Okay, you keep
Probably a good
avoiding
idea.
me. When
I
I'm
keep
talking about
avoiding you?
specifications for millwork.
I'm avoiding you? Let's
Mark.
not even get it. Wendy,
Mark, I'm telling you, I
You don't
can't
wanna hear
build
it.
things.
You don't wanna hear it.
You told me this fridge was 60 inches.
So just
I
go
built
ahead. Now
it.
you're going to go ahead and build it? Just because you don't have specs?
Listen to me. I told you we had to build it.
You told me this fridge was 60 inches. We built the
You
cabinetry.
were right there when I
It came
phoned.
79 inches.
When people tell me it's 60 and it's 79, it's not my fault. I go by what they tell me.
But why haven't you given me dimensions on the
I
drawing?
have given.
No, you have
He
not.
called me right away. I called you with the dimensions.
You have not, Mark. This was very important to me. I asked you how many times.
And important to me too. It was a big,
but why
big
wouldn't
issue.
you give me the information?
As far as I was concerned, it was done. It was given to you. Anyhow, it's not done. We got to figure out a way to get it in here.
Well, give me specifications and
You
I'll
got 'em,
figure a
right
way
here.
out, okay?
Let's write them down. Here.
You write them down.
No, I'll write them down. That's what I said.
You know what?
She said she'll be back.
Maybe. Figure out what the taste was? Is that how it's... Have you tasted it?
Wendy and the Marks parted ways 2 months ago. Since then, the two ex-hockey players trying to open their very own steakhouse have had to do it all themselves. They're already 3 months behind schedule, and sometimes they just wish they were back on the ice.
I think it was.
Some kind of yellow.
You've got you've got 4 different types of yellow down here. You've got Benjamin Moore, plus you've got Bear.
I say you roll the dice, buddy.
Well, I can't. That's the thing.
I'm kidding you.
If it's wrong paint,
No,
wrong
it'll
colour,
stick out like a sore thumb.
yeah, it's all got to be done again completely.
Jeez, wouldn't that be something?
Shit.
What was it called?
Butterscotch brown.
Buttercream, that's it.
It's buttercream.
They've set their sights on opening in 6 weeks. The aquarium is in, but the first collection of fish has already died. They're now $200,000 over budget. They've dipped deep into family savings.
You know, the money part, I guess we were stupid, I guess, if you want to say that, because we probably should have done it differently. Like, if we had to do it again, I would say, you know, the money is going to be there when we're ready to give it out. When we see some results, then we'll pay, you know.
I mean, financially, we've got a ton in here. You know, I can't go back and play hockey anymore.
The revised opening night is 2 weeks away, and there's still no menu for Landmark. But at least there's a chef now. Richard Beasley was the first to answer the boys' ad in the paper for a chef.
Soup du jour, which is a woodland mushroom soup.
They saw pictures of his food and hired him without ever tasting it.
This is the first time that we see his food.
Nice.
I mean, honest to God, you see his portfolio, and it is magic. Like, it's just...
Tonight, there's a tasting. Richard has to impress the boys and their non-foodie friends and family without overly challenging them. The boys still want classy with ketchup.
Give me a few ideas of what's on the menu.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Come on.
Steak, baby!
Foie gras, little,
Don't swear at me. Don't you swear at me, foie gras.
That's you have to deal with 24/7.
There are no chicken wings, no chicken fingers, and no fish and chips. There will be steak, but tonight, Richard is trying to broaden the menu with baby spinach salad with roast magret of duck, supreme of free-run chicken,
That is phenomenal.
The sauce is unbelievable, though.
jump fried calamari with pheasant sausage, Asian-style cold gazpacho soup,
This is good, but it's cold.
and smoked chipotle strip loin with rock lobster tail.
Oh, mint.
For most of the evening, the crowd is happy to go along with the adventure. But then, there's a funny flavor in the linguine.
What's the word? Did you guys get that linguine?
This is linguine with scallops, smoked trout asparagus, and a saffron cream. I guess I should try some.
It kind of gave a funny...
You have to be. It's a saffron.
Yeah.
Well, it's lemon saffron, right? So.
That's a lemon saffron.
Figure out what the taste was? Is that how it's... Have you tasted it?
Saffron.
Could that be it, or...?
Well, you know what it is?
You know what it is, too? The saffron.
It's saffron, I think. It'd have almost like a little aftertaste too.
Well, you either like saffron or you don't, right?
Okay.
Landmark will not be serving saffron on the steak or on the chicken fingers.
It's not working out well.
The kitchen's panicking, eh? We gotta slow them down at the door. I'm serious.
do that?
Opening night is only 3 hours away. Now that our hockey players know what it takes to open a restaurant, they're ready to find out what it means to run one.
All set? Okay, ready, Sean?
They've left countless details till the last minute.
Mints, I gotta get the mints. We need some deodorants, hairspray for the ladies' bathrooms.
Okay, we have the 12-ounce veal chop, stuffed chicken supreme,
We never got our toiletry, like the perfumes, colognes in.
Australian rack of lamb, baby back ribs.
I put it right through. That sucks.
We have no linens for upstairs. I'll have to go fake it, go steal some from somewhere.
Lobster tails, some salmon, porterhouse, T-bone. Have you ever built a bar stool before?
Not before.
Some bison, strip loin.
It's okay. It's just for dishes.
They're counting on word of mouth and some friends to fill the place. The pressure to perform tonight is huge. So Natch, Mark Juris slips into coach mode.
It's our first impression, we all know, is the key, all right? Now you guys know what you can bring. You gotta bring that personality, and we're gonna rock, okay? We gotta be ready. It's a good team coming in, boys, and we gotta be ready for them, all right? All right, let's go.
They spent close to $600,000, double what they were supposed to. It's not quite what Wendy had in mind, nor what the Marks originally wanted. What was supposed to take 6 weeks took 6 months. But finally...
Ready to go, ready to rock and roll. For sure. Yeah.
Nice.
It all starts out pretty laid back. In fact, the biggest concern is getting the game up on the tube. But in no time at all, the kitchen gets slammed.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, one of these right here.
Yeah, table 4, veal and 9 ounce.
So another two-season salad.
Grilled chicken, no sauce, no nothing.
They really never expected a full house. And the kitchen didn't prep for one.
I'm getting nervous. The kitchen's getting swamped. I hope he holds up. We need to slow him down a bit?
We've been waiting almost 22 minutes since our first order of the entrees. It's not working out well.
We're on our second basket of bread, but no food, and that's getting to be a little bit too long.
The kitchen's panicking, eh? We gotta slow him down at the door. I'm serious.
do that?
No, it's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous.
Mark West decides to get in the game. He gets a primer on raspberry coulis. Mark Juris tries to master the till.
47 minutes is still nothing.
Finally, 52 minutes into the game, thanks to the assist from the Marks, Chef Richard scores.
Look at the size of those suckers. They got big size like me.
There's a cow walking around with that.
Yeah, do it again.
Like, pick up.
It's very tasty and it's very well done.
That's really yummy.
The ribs are very tender, delicious.
When this all began, the Marks were hoping to turn Landmark into a franchise. Now they think that would be biting off more than they can chew.
It's a tough industry, obviously. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I've learned a lot. It's dog eat dog. So we don't eat dog yet. We eat steak.
He's still got his sense of humor. I love him.
We can do it, we can do it.
Yeah, one more of that. Yeah, one more time.
Come on, we can do it. Go on.
Find more at fineliving.com. Real information for real people.